Hey, this is Julian Rico as I am giving y'all my 3.0 mock draft as we are getting closer to draft weekend. So we are super excited for that week to come on April 25th. So without further ado, here's my 3.0 mock draft. The Bears will be selecting Caleb Williams. No surprise. The Washington Commanders will be selecting Jalen Daniels, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner from last college football season, will join Cliff Kingsbury and the Commanders. Drake May will go to the New England Patriots, and then J.J. McCarthy to the Vikings. Yes, you heard me. The Vikings are going to get the fourth pick from the Cardinals. And here's the details. The Cardinals are going to give up the fourth pick and a first, maybe a future first rounder for next year. And the Vikings are going to give up their 11th to 23rd pick to get the fourth pick. And the Vikings will get J.J. McCarthy. The Chargers will get Marvin Harrison Jr. I want this to happen. Marvin Harrison Jr. with Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh in that Chargers offense. Think about it. That is a steal for the Chargers. That'll be a steal. The Giants will go with Malik Nabers, wide receiver from LSU. Joe Alt. I always put Joe Alt with the Chargers, but then I decided with Marvin Harrison off the board going to Chargers, it makes sense that Joe Alt will go with the Titans. Another trade. The Falcons are going to trade down to the 11th pick, and guess who's moving up? The Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals will give up, will trade their 11th pick, and maybe a future first, maybe some late picks for second and third round, and they will send that to the Falcons in exchange for the 8th pick, and maybe some 5th or 6th round picks for this year and next year. And the Cardinals will select Rome Odunze, who they compare to Larry Fitzgerald, which I think it makes sense. I think Rome Odunze will be a good number one receiver for Kyler Murray, and it will be a great fit in Arizona. The Bears getting Dallas Turner. They were told that they were going to need some edge help, so I think Dallas Turner on one side, Montez Sweat on the other side, that will be a good duo for many years for the Bears. Talicia Fonga. Now, I wanted to put Brock Bowers in this situation, but you got to remember about the Tyron Smith injuries. All right, he hasn't had a full season since 2015. So in this scenario, if you're the Jets, you need someone to play at left tackle. Well, guess what? Talicia Fonga can actually play left tackle. He can play left tackle or right tackle, but I think he can fit in that left tackle position. Learn from Tyron Smith, and then maybe next year he'll get to develop as the left tackle, starting left tackle. 11th pick, the Falcons get Jared Verse, defensive end from Florida State. Bo Nix. I am staying with Bo Nix to the Broncos. They're going to have to get a quarterback in this first round. If they cannot get a quarterback in the first round, then who are they going to go get? Are they going to sign Ryan Tannehill, who's a free agent, or are they going to go draft a quarterback? And I think they got to draft a quarterback because there's no other choice for them to go sign a free agent quarterback to be their starter or to be a backup. Lady Latu will go to the Raiders. I like this duo because here's the thing. Not only Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby and Mahomes is Mahomes. You need a third guy to stop Mahomes. Latu's that guy. So you put Latu on one side, Christian Wilkins on the middle, and you put Max Crosby on the other end. That's the best defense Antonio Pierce is going to make. I think Latu fits with the Raiders. Oluwa Fushanti will go to the Saints. There were questions on their right tackle, Ryan Richchick, who has some injuries. We're not sure if he'll play this season. But their pick for Trevor Pinion he's not been playing at the level he is. So Olu Shanti would make sense. He can play left tackle. Probably he could be a starting left tackle. And if Ryan Richchick from the right tackle can stay healthy, think about him and Olu Shanti with Derek Carr. We can see that. Terran Arnold to the Colts. I want to give them a tight end, but I think they got to fix that defense, and I think Terran Arnold will be a good corner in that Colts defense. Troy Fatu will stay in Washington to play with the Seahawks. He can play at all the positions: tackle, guard, center. But I think they got to replace the Damian Lewis. Sorry. Who now goes to Carolina. They got and so Troy Fatu will fit in that guard position. No, I think it makes sense for me to put him to reunite with Ryan Grubb, who was his offense coordinator in Washington University, and now he's the new OC in Seattle. So I like Troy Fatu to the Seahawks. Quinion Mitchell to the Jaguars. They had some problems with the corners last year, but they're gonna get a good corner in Quinion Mitchell. My scenario for this, and this is the scenario for Jacksonville. If you get a healthy Quinion Mitchell for a full season, I think he will win Defensive Player of the Year. I will say that. If he stays healthy and plays all 17 games, he's your Defensive Player of the Year. I will put a cart on the ballot, say Quinion Mitchell. If he's healthy, he'll win Defensive Player of the Year. But we'll find out. But I put Quinion Mitchell to the Jaguars. This is the big one. Brock Bowers to the Bengals. Can you think about this? Mike Gesicki, Brock Bowers. That's the best tight end duo you can think of. And because they removed the hip drop tackle, not only you can tackle Derrick Henry, but how are you going to tackle Brock Bowers? He reminds me of George Kittle. The way he routes, the way he catches the ball. He's a missed tackle tight end, just like George Kittle, Travis Kelce. Just put your give me a comparison to Brock Bowers in the comment section below if you want to. Let's keep going. Byron Murphy will be Aaron Donald's replacement. He goes with the Rams. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to replace Deontay Johnson, who has been traded to the Panthers to get Dante Jackson to help secondary. I was going to put an offensive line, but I think they got to go get a weapon for Russell Wilson. And Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU would fit in that Steelers offense. Graham Barton from Duke can play guard. They did lose Robert Hunt, but I think he can. But I think you bring in Graham Barton to play in that guard position, maybe right guard. That's where he will play. He can also play center. So who knows what the Dolphins are going to do if they put him either center or guard. The Eagles, I love this scenario. Chop Robinson, who plays in Penn State, he'll stay in Pennsylvania to play with the Eagles. If the Eagles want to have their defense this good, and they did lose Hassan Reddick, Chop Robinson is absolutely the best pass rusher the Eagles can think of. And I will bet you that Chop Robinson is going to go with the Eagles and replace Brandon Graham, who will play in his final season for the 2024 year. Darius Robinson will go with the Cardinals. They need some more help on the defense, but Darius Robinson would probably fit in Arizona. Jackson Powers Johnson will replace the Tyler Bastian, who is now with the Washington Commanders. He will play center for the Cowboys. Adorius Mims, Now, he would play left tackle, and I think this would be the best scenario for the Packers. So I like Mims playing left tackle to replace the David Bakhtiari, and he will be a Packer. Nate Wiggins, I know they go with pass rushers, but you got to replace Carlton Davis. They did sign Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff, the corner from the Jets. You need someone younger who can be developed. Nate Wiggins fits in that Todd Bowles defense. Kool-Aid McKinstry will go to the Cardinals. Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver Texas, will go to Buffalo. And the main reason is Stephon Diggs gone, Gabe Davis gone. So you only got Curtis Samuel, Matt Collins, and Akil Shahir. The big question is, can you get a healthy Mitchell? I say yes. You could get a healthy Mitchell, and then they got a deep run to the Super Bowl. Johnny Newton, you need someone in the middle to stop the run. Johnny Newton is the best defensive tackle in this year's class to stop the run. You want to get over Aaron Jones? You want to stop DeAndre Swift? Do you want to stop Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley in the Eagles or Christian McCaffrey in the 49ers? You're going to need someone who can stop the run. And Johnny Newton or Zaire Newton, whoever you want to call him, from Illinois, is going to fit in that Lions defense. And I would like Dan Quinn and Brad Holmes to get this guy from Illinois to be a Detroit Lion. Xavier Worthy, the fastest 40-yard dasher in the combine history, will go to the Ravens. And this would be a dream scenario because think about this. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, okay? Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Xavier Worthy, Nelson Aguilar, who will probably be their number 3 receiver. Xavier Worthy is going to help this Ravens team get a deeper run, maybe to the Super Bowl. But they got to make sure their players are healthy. I want to give an offensive help, but I think they're going to go get that offensive help maybe in the second or third round, maybe both in the second and third rounds. But for now, I got Xavier Worthy with the Ravens. J.C. Latham to the San Francisco 49ers. You don't know about the Trent Williams. How long will he be playing with the 49ers? But there are some concerns of maybe injuries are going to affect the season. So you might plug in J.C. Latham, play at right tackle, left tackle. He can play those positions. Tyler Guyton to the Chiefs. That's my 32nd pick. Why didn't I give them a receiver? There's a possibility that they could go get Ladd McConkey. And I think it would be a scenario. But they got to look at Donovan Smith, who's in free agency, and it looks like they're not going to re-sign him. You need someone who can play left tackle. So, I say in this scenario, Tyler Guyton will play left tackle, and Jawaan Taylor will stay at the right tackle position. And if you're the defending Super Bowl champions, you want to do the three-peat? Tyler Guyton is so young. He is a talented tackle. And I think he will actually fit in that Chiefs offensive line. Remember what they did. Creed Humphrey. They drafted Creed Humphrey to be their starting center. They drafted Trey Smith to play right guard. Those two had good success. I say the Chiefs do this again with Tyler Guyton, the tackle for Oklahoma, and play at left tackle. And maybe this could be the year the Chiefs can go back, or should we say, to do the three-peat as Super Bowl champ. But that is my mock drafts. Let me know your reactions, any comments below, and I will reply to you guys. But remember, we're almost there to the NFL draft, and I will probably do a final mock draft once we have arrived to the NFL draft. But as of now, this is the 3.0 mock draft of mine. hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.